Hello there, welcome back to The Closet Historian. My name is Bianca, which I've realized I probably don't say often enough here on the channel. So my name is Bianca. I am a writer, seamstress, and vintage fashion aficionado, student of vintage fashion, and I like to talk about all of those things here on my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be launching a Patreon page. So many of you have asked me to do something like this, open up an option like this, a way for you to be able to help and contribute, and thank you so much for wanting to help me, wanting to help the channel, wanting to help support the projects that I do here and share with everybody. It's very extremely kind of you to want to help me out, and I just can't not let you anymore, basically. Look, I know I am a tiny channel here on YouTube, a very small creator in this very large sea of the internet, and it does feel quite early to me to be starting something like a Patreon at the size that my channel is. But since so many of you have been asking if there was a way you could help out, I just couldn't keep denying you when I do need that help. I could, it would be different if I didn't need help, but I actually do. So I need your help, guys. I really do. So thank you for offering to help me, and I'm just gonna have to let you. Props for my set, more paint, fabric, patterning paper, muslin, and other materials all do have a cost, and I have been using the money from my part-time job to fund my channel so far, but now that money is going away, so hopefully that means that I can have more time to double down and focus on bringing you all the best content I can, as often as I can, while still having time to spend on writing and working towards my dream of having my work published. But that means my budget for videos is now very limited, and your help would really make a difference in allowing my channel to keep growing as best as it can. Your support over on Patreon will mean that I can repaint my set without worrying. It means I'll be able to buy more dot paper to show you how to draft another pattern. Maybe I could buy a coffee even when I go and sit and research literary agencies for a few hours in some place other than my home office. I don't see the outside world much. The Patreon model is great because it's sort of like each creator here on YouTube is a production company, but every Patreon is a producer, helping in little ways to help a film get made that everyone can then enjoy. I want to keep creating things to share with all of you. In fact, I'd like to create more and yes, even better things to share with all of you. And if you're in a position to help and want to, I want to let you, because I know what that feeling is. I've been on Patreon as a supporter of others for years, and though it's been hard for me to wrap my head around doing this, I have to extend that same opportunity to myself. Nothing here on the channel is going to change. I'll still be uploading at least one video a week. Sometimes I try and get out a second video, like on a Thursday or something like that. It doesn't always work out for me, but I have intentions usually to try and get at least one, if not two videos a week out here on the channel, and none of that is going to change. But I will be offering some extra little things over on Patreon, including a monthly catch-up podcast where I'm going to be talking about the behind the scenes of different projects that I have going on, what's coming up on the channel and for me in general, or like just things I've been up to, field trips I've gone on, fun things I have to recommend that maybe films or movies and things like films or books that I've been into lately, and we can, chat in the comments over there on that podcast and things like that. And then I will be offering also in the next tier on Patreon, I'll be offering an additional patterning and or sewing video every month as well over there on Patreon. I think it's going to be on the 20th of every month. I'm going to be having a patterning and or sewing video. I say and or because I'm definitely going to have a new pattern drafting video, but I might not always have the time to complete the sewing project as well, but I will definitely go through all of the patterning and maybe muslin, so you can see what the pattern looks like made up, but I might not have time to do a full complete sewing project every month for Patreon exclusively, but I'll definitely be doing additional pattern drafting videos over there for those of you who are interested in learning how to do pattern drafting, basically. I don't expect many folks will be able to help me out here on the channel in a financial way, and please don't feel bad if you can't or don't want to or don't believe in the Patreon model as firmly as some other people do. I totally get it, and I've been in that position before where I want to help more than I can, for sure, and I totally understand, so please don't worry if you again, can't contribute. Of course, one of my main goals is to grow the Closet Historian channel and brand enough to the point where I can afford to have my sewing patterns sent out and graded professionally, basically sized into multiple sizes, smaller and larger. That way I can make my patterns available for sale. To have my own vintage reproduction pattern company is, one of my dream side hustles that I have. And things like the support on Patreon are going to help me be able to save and make that sort of thing happen. And I know that a lot of people are waiting on those patterns. I'm sorry, there's no other way for me to be able to get them out to you. They just only are in one size right now, my size, and that just doesn't seem very fair to release only one size. So I want to have them professionally graded, and Patreon hopefully will make that kind of thing possible. Again, please don't feel bad in the least if you can't help out in this sort of way. I totally understand, especially if you're, say, like a student or you have your own ventures to build, things like that. I totally get it. I've been there. I kind of am there and shouldn't be doing as much as I do anyway myself. But yeah, please don't feel bad. You already help me in so many immeasurable ways just by coming onto the channel, subscribing, viewing my videos, sharing my videos, commenting, liking, all that kind of stuff helps in such a nearly unquantifiable way. I mean, you could really get into the nitty-gritty and the analytics, and I'm sure there are people out there who could analyze and tell me how much a like helps, but just the good vibes you send me really do help me out and help the channel grow. So thank you so much for already helping me and supporting me as much as you already do. I want to continue to share what I know of vintage style, what I'm constantly learning about vintage fashion and sewing, pattern drafting, all that good stuff, side hustle, and even I want to be able to continue to share that kind of stuff with all of you here on the channel. And Patreon's just another facet that will allow me to keep doing what I'm doing here and hopefully be doing it even better and more in the future. As always, thank you so much for your support of me and of the channel. I will see you all again real soon. Bye.